Hey folks, welcome back to Bullets and Brass. Today we're talking about the Bass Pro Formula limited edition reel. This is the newest reel from Bass Pro and is continuing their trend of how much can we pack in, how many features, how many bullet points on that list can we get in at how low a price point. If Bass Pro goes directly to a manufacturer and says, make this for us, please, and by the way, we want 1 million of them, they can get a really good price point. And Bass Pro has done research. They know what features people care about, what people are willing to spend money on, and what is kind of a meh. And so they can tick all those boxes, but avoid running the price up on other things. This shows in the reel. If you are a truly discriminating customer, they're lacking. But for the average user, they don't. They don't care, they don't know, they are not concerned. Because you gotta remember, most people buying $100 and under reels barely use them. They use them, a few days a year. This is $49. Now, the standard version of this is $69. Okay, so the difference between this version and the non-limited edition version that is $30 more, 10 pounds of drag, 12 pounds of drag. That's it. As far as I can tell, there's no other difference. They basically beefed up the drag system on the regular version or downgraded the drag system on this one. I do have to say, I wish it was a 12-pound drag. Not for the fish, but because if you get snagged, it's nice to have the extra drag strength to pull with. So 7.5 to 1, nothing special there. It's kind of a mid-speed. It's not super high speed by modern standards. It's not slow. I honestly wish there was a 6.5 to 1 because I'm using it for crankbaits. And one thing I like about this, most of the reels at this price point, your drag adjustment, not the drag itself, but the drag adjustment is graphite or some form of polymer, composite, something. This is metal. And it's nicely finished metal. I mean, it's not fancy machine metal. It's clearly cast and just, polished up and painted. The handle is metal. Okay? It is metal. Cast. I don't think that's machined. I haven't seen anything that says it's machined. The reel seat is that composite material. The frame, again, graphite composite. Nothing crazy there. This feels like a nice entry-level reel. The $75, $100 reels. If you told me this was $100 and I looked at the feature list and I held it and I messed with it, I would believe you. If you told me this was supposed to go head-to-head with an SLX, I'd believe you. I mean, the SLX only has one drag system, right? That's my main complaint with the SLX. The body doesn't feel particularly great. It doesn't have anything special in terms of the construction. And it's only got the one drag system. This does both. Now, it's only got 4 on-offs for the centrifugal. Other stuff. Plastic, just standard ABS plastic, it feels like. But it goes all the way across. Pretty positive click. It's a decent throw, but it's a pretty positive click. But even when you do it, there's nothing to get snagged in. Some of the cheaper reels I mess with, you get your finger in there and you're going to pinch yourself. There's going to be sharp edges, issues. Didn't have any of that. There's no sharp edges anywhere in this reel that gave me pause. Casting performance, decent. Does not cast as far as my Curado K, even when properly adjusted. But on the other hand, once I got it properly adjusted, I wasn't complaining about the casting distance. I thought I was the limitation, not the reel. The drag, the magnetic drag, is half clicks. So it's, between 6 and 7, there's a half a click. Never had any crazy bird's nest, and the worst ones were me just screwing up. They were not, had nothing to do with the reel. It was pure my idiocy. Oh, and that one I screwed up. That was me. So we're going to take this apart. So we have magnetic drag. And this is brass in here, folks. This is, the cup is carbon, but brass, you got a retaining clip for a bearing. Doesn't wobble in the spool. When I did the spool, I gotta say, I did not have any real complaints about how it laid line on the spool. It is roughly on par with my Curado, to be honest. My Curado is not perfectly level and smooth either. Yeah, backside of it, again, metal, ball bearing. So honestly, I gotta say, I'm impressed. I fully expected to be returning this. My expectation would be I would not be happy with it. I would not be comfortable using it after my Curado and the BPQ2. I think I'm gonna keep it. I really do. For the money, there's nothing else out there. You look at reels in this price point in casting reels, and they are, pardon my French, but they're dog shit. Now, we'll see if it holds up. That's my main concern. So that is it for the Bass Pro Formula Limited Edition. That's the key, guys. Limited Edition. If you look at the regular one, not this gray blue body, but if you look at the standard one, there's $79, and all you're getting is a little more drag. As far as I can tell, that's the difference. I'm not saying it is the reel for everybody. I'm not saying that it's some great, wonderful reel. But if you are looking in the $100 and under price range, ignore the price point until you open your wallet and pay. Give the reel an honest look. I don't think that it's priced according to the market for the other reels. I think that it's priced by Bass Pro to steal market share from those reels. So take care, have fun, stay safe, stay out of trouble, folks.